Jeff Goodman, NBA basketball insider for ESPN. He joins me now. Joins us now on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN. Jeff, welcome aboard, pal.
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. It's been a very exciting since Friday at 5:30 to about now. This Markelle Fultz to the Sixers thing has really changed the landscape of the excitement in this area because so many people at number 3 were kind of in an unknown situation. So the fact that they move up to number 1, thoughts on the deal for Philly?
You know, I actually like it for both teams, and I know that sounds like a cop-out, but I think it makes sense for both teams. You know, I'll start with the Celtics, and I live in Boston, and if you're Danny Ainge and you don't think there's a ton of disparity from 1 to 4, which he didn't, and you can add a potential top 5 pick, which is what I think they're going to add here, whether it's a Lakers pick next year or Sacramento in 2 years, you make that trade. If you're Philly, you say to yourself, if you're Brian Colangelo, we're betting on the fact that Markelle Fultz is the best player in this draft, and we really believe that there's a little bit of a gap. Plus, he fits well with Ben Simmons. So we've got a bunch of picks. We could hold them, or we can start to try to make a move now because the culture's been so bad in Philly for now 3 or 4 years. We got to start to change it for our locker room, for the fans, and it started last year a little bit. But, you know, if you add a Markelle Fultz, who, again, is a scoring guard, he can make people better, but he's a scoring guard. And you put him with a facilitator like Ben Simmons, and it doesn't have to be now the Ben Simmons point guard experiment. It can just be listen, we're playing with various pieces. Whoever gets the ball out of Fultz and Ben Simmons goes. You got Embiid there too. And as long as he stays healthy, you got a team here that's talented, intriguing. I want to watch him.
Yes, I think a lot of people are excited to watch them. There's going to be a lot of young pieces out there, so they might take their lumps, but the East is wide open. Let me ask you this, Jeff. Is Danny Ainge thinking that Fultz is just not the best player, or is he saying, look, I like my current guys. I'm okay with Isaiah, Bradley, Smart, and I have a chance to add another skill set that we're lacking, so it's not an indictment on me not liking Fultz. It's me liking the core that I already have.
No, it's that he did not think Fultz was the best player. He does not feel like Markelle Fultz is the number 1 pick. So,
okay.
You know, he felt like I'm gonna get the guy that I probably take number 1 anyway. At number 3, why not compile another asset? And it sounded, my sources said that this was clear and away the best trade offer that he was given for that number 1 pick.
Seems like the Sixers are saying that Embiid and Simmons are our guys, and we're looking for the perfect number 3 guy to complement these guys, as opposed to maybe taking a guy like Jackson or Tatum, who might be as good a fit and not be as good a fit in Philly, but better players for other teams. The Sixers seem like, Jeff, that they're saying, you know what, Fultz to us is the best fit, and it was worth us giving up one of our assets that we've been hanging on to for all these years. So, in the end, you said you like it for both sides, but some people think the Sixers gave up too much. Do you think that's the case?
They might have. You know, in my opinion, they might have given up a little too much. But as long as you're right about Markelle Fultz, that's the key, right? I mean, can he be the best player in this draft? And as long as he is, you're fine. If it turns out that he's the 3rd or 4th best and you're talking Josh Jackson and Jason Tatum are better in the same realm, that's where you get into trouble. But, you know, I think obviously that's what Colangelo's betting on.
Jeff, what happens after Fultz goes? Right now, as we're a couple days away, where's the next domino to fall?
You know, I think Lonzo Ball goes number 2, and then I think the Celtics choose between Josh Jackson and Jason Tatum, and Phoenix takes the other one, and De'Aaron Fox goes number 5. But the domino that could fall is certainly a trade between now and the start of the draft in 48 or so hours. You know, does Jimmy Butler get moved? Does Paul George get moved? You know, Kevin Pritchard from Indiana, you know, is probably feeling like with the recent comments by George's agent to the team that Paul George will not be back beyond next year. Well, why not try to start the rebuild now and see what you can get for Paul George? And, you know, the longer it goes, probably the less you get at the end of the day. But on the flip side, how many shooters are there that will take him potentially as a rental, since it's widely known around the league that he wants to play in L.A. for the Lakers in a year when he becomes a free agent? So I think Paul George, Jimmy Butler, certainly those are the two most prominent names right now in Cleveland. What are they doing there without a general manager? Will they deal Kevin Love?
Jeff Goodman with us. Jeff, if you're Brett Brown right now, how stoked are you? Do you think Brown is the right guy to lead all this young talent moving forward?
I do, and I really hope he gets an opportunity, a long-term opportunity with this group because, there's still, like you guys alluded to, they're not ready yet. Okay, they got two of their top three players. Okay, out of their top three players, they've played 31 combined NBA games, talent-wise. So, you can't expect him to turn it right away. I just want to see what he'll do with a healthy roster. And really, again, if they get off to a slow start, no big deal. I would give him here a 2-year window to really evaluate how he's going to do with this group. But in my opinion, Brett Brown hasn't been given a fair shake. He needs to. I think he's a good coach, a really good communicator. I think he's very good with young players. So, I would give him a couple of years to see what he can do with this group.
You a fan of Simmons playing point guard? Would you have liked to have seen him play in the Summer League? Because it looks like he's not going to play in the Summer League.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him play in the Summer League. But, again, I think the risk probably outweighs the reward on that one, so they're not going to bother with that. I like the fact that you can run some stuff through him. I like the fact that Fultz can make plays. The more guys you have in your team that can make plays for themselves and for others, the better, right? And Simmons really he's so fast with the ball at his length and size. He sees things that most guys in the league don't see. So he'll make guys like Fultz and Embiid better. The key for me is going to be, what do you do with Okafor? What do you do with Saric, who's a little bit like Simmons? Do you play Saric in the second unit? There's going to be some interesting decisions to be made. Covington, how effective is he going to be with this group? So, again, you got three studs or three really talented players. What pieces are you going to put around them and how effective they're going to be with those three guys?
NBA Draft Thursday night. Jeff Goodman covering it all for ESPN. He was kind enough to join us here on the Sports Bash. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks so much.
You got to take care, guys.